Right now, former special counsel Robert Hur is testifying about his investigation into President Joe Biden's mishandling of classified documents.
Last month, his report did not charge Biden with a crime, but it did paint a picture that the president is an elderly man who can be forgetful. Here's what he told Congress just moments ago.
I interviewed the president and asked him about his recorded statement. Quote, "I just found all the classified stuff downstairs," end quote. He told us that he didn't remember saying that to his ghostwriter. He also said he didn't remember finding any classified material in his home after his vice presidency. And he didn't remember anything about how classified documents about Afghanistan made their way into his garage. My assessment in the report about the relevance of the president's memory was necessary and accurate and fair.
Let's bring in now CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane, who is live on Capitol Hill. And Scott, have we learned anything new from this testimony today?
Hey, Rudabeh and Jamie, this is what both sides wanted. They were spoiling at this opportunity to question former special counsel Robert Hur. There haven't been many new revelations during the hearing, but what Robert Hur made clear in his opening statement and as part of the first set of responses is that he thinks it was germane, relevant, important to talk about the president's age and talk about his perception of the president's memory, saying he wanted to show his work and explain why he made a decision not to charge President Biden because that decision was based on what he determined to be the president's intent. Intent being the key word, he says, that makes age and memory relevant. Democrats have taken this opportunity, Rudabeh and Jamie, to show the differences between the case of classified records involving President Biden and former President Trump, saying President Biden agreed to an interview, allowed the search to go on, and cooperated, saying former President Trump's accused of conspiring to obstruct the investigation and mislead the investigators.
It is funny how this all becomes politicized, right? Each side takes something and twists it, moves it, and repackages it. And that we should say the hearing's coming as another round of states hold primary contests today. Any talk about how this could impact voters?
Oh, it's quite clear this is happening beneath the backdrop of the general election. This hearing began unexpectedly with about 20 minutes of sizzle reel videos, each side showing the opposing candidate perhaps is not his best light. Republicans started by showing an extended version of President Biden's press conference in which he was defiant the day special counsel Hur's report was issued February 8th. Democrats then showed a lengthy montage of former President Trump stumbling all over his words and forgetting key things. That's how this hearing opened. Both sides clearly using this, at least in part, Rudabeh and Jamie, as a proxy battle ahead of the general election.
Yeah, and we see that often in these types of hearings in this setting. So you talked about the difference in the two cases between Biden and Trump, but Trump is calling this preferential treatment because Biden wasn't criminally charged on the eve of the election in the way that he was.
Yeah, and I think the special counsel is diffusing some, if not dismantling some of that argument. The special counsel investigated former President Biden. The special counsel made clear there are differences, that President Biden, in his words, was cooperative. In fact, the special counsel has repeatedly lauded President Biden with being cooperative. Donald Trump is charged by a different special counsel with not only being uncooperative, but actively, openly, allegedly obstructing the probe.
I apologize, Scott, that I'm coughing. Rudabeh, could you take this?
Oh, yeah. So what comes next after this testimony and this process?
The Congress makes lots of us choke up. It's totally okay. This probe, to a degree, is over. The special counsel is now the former special counsel. His duties are done. No criminal case follows. But as for Donald Trump's criminal case, they need to set a trial date in that fourth of four criminal cases, the classified records one. We could get that trial date set in the next few weeks, but that date could be well into the future.
All right, Scott, we appreciate you joining us right now. Thank you.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.